Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be looking at something pretty special.
Yeah.
It's a remix, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of dig into.
Definitely.
So the remix is Solee's remix of Depeche Mode's Precious.
Yeah.
And I chose this one because I really like what Solee does with remixes. And Depeche Mode, of course, is legendary.
Yeah, one of the best.
But this remix in particular is really interesting because it's Solee, who is often known for progressive house and trance.
Right.
And that is not something that Depeche Mode is
Usually known for.
Yeah. But there's some interesting stuff that goes on here.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really stood out to me right away was how much Solee emphasizes the melody
yeah.
in Precious.
And it's really interesting how he does that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Depeche Mode, the original, is very synth-heavy. It's almost a little melancholic.
Yeah, and the melody is kind of fragile.
A little bit, yeah. But he takes that and he turns it into something much brighter.
Yeah.
Much more shimmering and, like, expansive.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy to it.
Yeah, and if you listen to the sounds he uses, they're very, like, sparkly, like almost a twinkling stars kind of a sound.
Yeah, and it's almost like the opposite of melancholic.
It is very much the opposite.
Yeah, so even though the lyrics of the song, talk about fragile things and damage and stuff, the overall feeling of the remix isn't really that.
No, not at all.
What is it?
Well, it's hard to put into words, but it's uplifting. It's hopeful.
It's hopeful, yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes from the way he uses the bass line in the remix.
Oh, yeah, the bass line's really cool.
Yeah, it's very driving and pulsating.
Yeah, it's like a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it keeps pushing the song forward.
Yeah, and that combined with these really bright synths.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different landscape.
Than the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also noticed some other interesting sonic details in there.
Oh, yeah, like what?
That weren't in the original.
Okay.
Like these echoing vocal samples of these pads that kind of float in and out.
Yes, I love those.
I do too.
They're very cool.
And what do you think those are adding to the mood?
Well, the vocal samples, they're often just snippets of the word precious.
Right.
But they're kind of like ghostly and haunting, almost like a reminder of what's important.
Yeah.
And the pads, they add this feeling of space and depth.
Yeah.
It's like the music is expanding outward.
Yeah. And speaking of expanding outward, there's that line in the song.
Yeah.
If God has a master plan, I only hope it's your eyes to see.
Yeah.
It feels even more powerful in the remix.
It does.
How did that happen? I mean, how does he do that?
Well, it's interesting how a remix can completely change how the lyrics hit you.
Yeah.
You know, and in this case with the Solee remix.
Yeah.
I think he's saying that even if things are difficult, even if there's pain or brokenness, there's still this possibility of something beautiful.
Yeah, it's almost like a message of hope.
It is a message of hope and resilience.
Yeah.
Like even fragile things can be strong.
Yeah, it's a really interesting take on the original song.
It is.
I love it.
Me too.
So as you're listening to this remix, think about the things in your life that you consider precious.
Yeah.
The things that you want to protect.
Yeah. What are those things and how do you protect them?
Yeah. And what things in your life maybe surprised you with their strength?
Right.
That's something I'll be thinking about.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Until next time, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Precious and fragile things, need special handling. My God, what have we done to you? My God, what have we done to you? We always tried to share the tenderest of care. get damaged, things get broken. I thought we'd manage, but words left unspoken, left us so brittle. There was so little left to keep. Angels with silver wings, should I know suffering? I wish I could take the pain for you. If God has a master plan, but only He understands. I hope it's your eyes are seeing through. Things get damaged, things get broken. I thought we'd manage, but words left unspoken, left us so brittle. There was so little.